And away we go. This is it. We're rolling. This is episode 380 of No Laugh Track Podcast. I'm Justin Severson. I get to host this thing each week. Very thankful for that. And where do we do it? We do it at Acme Comedy Company, Minneapolis. I don't know which camera we're on, but there are wide shot one, and then there's another one I'm pointing to over here. Can you keep up? And then there's another camera behind me that maybe you can see my guest, Mike Cronin, is with me.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, yeah. Okay, now I want Brandon is the producer here, and also a manager here. Now I want Brandon to take all of the cameras off the mounts and then walk around and show all of where the seats are. You're not the boss of me, he says. All right, well, we'll try that for next week. In any case, I am happy to be here on a Thursday afternoon with Mike Cronin. I watched your set last night.
Yeah.
Not from here. I did the Zoom.
Oh, okay.
I'm enjoying the Zoom.
Yeah.
So where should we start? We should start with, first of all, welcome.
It's good to be here. I will say I only do podcasts that are filmed verite style, so just on shoulder handheld. So we got to cut these cameras.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, or get the mounts down. If someone can just walk with them, that'd be great. Yeah.
Brandon, could you bring out your Google glasses?
There we go.
We're just going to go with that. We got prototype Google glasses. We're going to go with that.
Yeah.
Funny set last night.
Thank you.
So I saw through your social media that the set and I think something you said on stage last night, the set that you did should have been recorded already for an album. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And it didn't happen?
I had plans in January that fell through, and then...
Oh, I didn't even know that. So how many times has it fallen through?
Twice.
Oh, no.
Well, technically 3 times, but one was just the company just didn't get back to me in time to set up one of them. But
okay.
Yeah, so it was January and then potentially February, and then I had a full week of Go Bananas April 24th through 26th, I think I was going to do it.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And they all got
You're going to have Blake open for you, right?
Yeah.
Blake Wexler?
Hopefully he's still going to in September.
Okay. Oh, so is it rescheduled now?
Yeah.
On the books.
On the books.
The album recording will be same club?
Same club, Go Bananas. Right now they're doing remodeling. Fingers crossed it'll be done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this like a COVID remodeling or a...
It's been long overdue, but since they were shut down, they were like, we got to fix everything.
Oh, what were your top 5 critiques of Go? No, I'm kidding.
No, it was all like the ceiling leaked every time it rained super heavy in one spot.
Okay.
So it was all stuff that like
sure
needed to be done, not necessarily cosmetic, but like practical stuff.
So let's go back. So you've been doing like the material. So the set I heard last night, how much of that is going to be recorded? How much is it? 99%? 100?
99. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a treat for people that are coming to Acme this week or doing the Zoom to hear your polishing. I mean, you already had polished it. Now you're just kind of
it's
now. What would you say now? Now it's almost like a rehearsal to get ready for the recording.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's like I said last night, it was my first time doing stand-up in 4 months, so I'm kind of kicking the tires right now.
Yeah,
getting back into it, but yeah, it was completely polished. It's been ready for almost a year now.
Well, that's got to be kind of frustrating.
Very
for
frustrating.
You? Very? Yeah, I suppose it's even an understatement. It's like it's time to move on from this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a philosophy of retiring jokes?
Yeah. I mean,
a rule.
I want to give like the best show I can, so I do keep jokes until I write a better joke, and then eventually I build to doing a brand new hour.
Yeah.
This will be my second time.
Right on.
Yeah.
How you did some Zoom shows in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of those? Were from your house doing the Zoom?
From my house, yeah. They were okay. It's tough without an audience. And then when you do get an audience, sometimes they're unmiked and sometimes they'll just have a full conversation in the middle of one of your jokes. And you're like, okay, can we cut all the mics? Can we cut everyone?
Yeah. I will say that when you're watching the shows from here, the way we're doing it, where you can watch from Zoom, like your show tonight, people can watch from Zoom. There's no There's no that doesn't happen.
Oh,
I
good.
watched last night, and there's
Yeah.
nobody's mic is on except for yours. So, anyway, continue, please.
Yeah. That's good. I did one show where I needed to have a green screen behind me.
Needed?
Yeah, it was called Coast to Coast Roast, and it was Minneapolis was a part of it also. Actually, they won it. Nate Abshire and Brian Miller won the whole thing.
Brian was on this podcast, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't shut up about bragging about how Mitch he killed everybody.
Unbelievable.
No, but he,
Yeah.
I know he did well. So.
Yeah. No, they killed it. So I was doing that, and you had to have a background that was like the skyline of your city with a little icon of the name, like Detroit. So it was DET.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Detroit now.
Yeah.
And I have this really old computer that wouldn't work on Zoom unless I had a green screen behind it to put that up.
Oh, okay.
So I went and bought construction paper and built a green screen. And the first night I did it in my closet because we have 2 dogs also.
Okay.
And our apartment building is so loud, so they're always barking.
Yeah.
So I did it in my closet, and within seconds I was sweating, and it was a 2-hour show.
Oh, no!
And it was the most miserable I've ever been in my life. The hosts were Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah.
And Joe's a good friend of mine, and after my set didn't do well, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm just not having fun at all.
Oh no!
So then I figured out a new system in my kitchen and like blocked the dogs in the bedroom.
Yeah.
After that, but yeah, I did not like Zoom shows. So it's good to be back.
I love the. Have you seen that account on Twitter where it's judging people's Zoom backgrounds?
No.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it'll be 2 out of 10 looks like a terrorist video. Like yours would have been.
Yeah.
2 out of 10 probably, like sweating profusely. And then the account is great because it'll do the critique and then it'll add suggestions. A flower over the left shoulder would be great. A potted plant, or maybe a fan.
Yeah, a fan.
In your situation, some air conditioning.
You're right. Well, there was air conditioning, but I was in this confined closet with only a light to light up everything.
Yeah.
And it was just cooking me.
So did you go up against the Minneapolis guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did one round with them.
Okay, and then so you had to come up with mean jokes about Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that was really difficult
It was
because this is such a wonderful place.
Yeah, it was very difficult. and unfortunately, it was about 3 weeks before everything happened here, so we're like, couldn't even talk about that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
like, geez.
Timing could have helped, I suppose.
Yeah.
You live in Detroit now.
Yeah.
What brought you to Hollywood, New York, Detroit? They're all on the same level
the
for
same
entertainment,
thing. Yeah,
right?
pretty much,
yeah. What are you doing in Detroit?
My girlfriend lives there.
Okay.
Moved in with her, and I'm traveling all the time anyways, so it doesn't
You used to
necessarily
be.
matter. Yeah, I used to be, right. Where I live.
Okay.
I like Detroit. I was born in Detroit.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, just moved in with her, and we might move somewhere else in a couple of years, but right now we're staying there.
Right on. Okay. You and the 2 dogs, girlfriend and the 2 dogs.
2 dogs and 3 cats.
What?
Yeah.
How many of those did you bring to the relationship?
1 dog. Yeah.
No concerns that she had 3 cats?
No.
That's good. You did at once. Come on, admit it. You did a little bit.
The concern is the additional cats we're probably going to get.
What? Is this a sanctuary? What's going on?
No.
What's going on?
It's a tiny apartment. We found a cat. There's a bunch of strays around it because there's 2 abandoned buildings on our block. And we found a cat that, have you ever seen pictures of or videos of sea turtles just being hatched and like walking and how weird their limbs are?
Yes, yeah.
We found a cat that was walking like that. It was like a deformed kitten.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
That's our cat.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like dragging its back legs behind him, and we took her to a vet, and they're like going through months of rehab right now.
Oh.
Yeah, and we might adopt her after that, but we just like wanted her.
Interesting. Well, I will quickly. I don't want to bore people with cat talk, but I have to say that we have a cat. My wife and I have a cat that was found outside by a friend of ours, and we ended up with her, and she has some sort of neurological disorder. So it wasn't like she was like a couch landed on her legs, or anything, but or she was run over, at least as far as I know. But she walks like she's drunk.
Yeah.
It's like 3 steps and like kind of like falls over.
Yeah.
She can't jump like, from the little like 2 feet from the floor to the stage here. She can't jump. She physically cannot jump. So she doesn't jump anywhere, which is weird for a cat because they're kind of known for that. But, but it's not like she has no pain. It's not like she's like, oh, my achy legs or whatever. Like there's no whatever.
Well, good.
But what I'm saying is my wife and I are heroes for taking her in and supporting her. Is what I'm saying. Let's see. Where do I want to go next? The show last night was great. The contest is back on.
Yeah, that's fun.
The funniest person contest is back on. Did you watch the contestants last night?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so too. Did you do something like that when you were?
Yeah.
When you were young
in
and working your way up, you did.
They have.
Was it Go Bananas?
Yeah, it lasts from, I think, May to August every year.
Okay.
Every Wednesday, and yeah, they're always a lot of fun to perform in. And then once you got beyond that, you could host and close it out for like $30, which was like a cool like free drinks and $30 on a Wednesday night. You're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that a lot. I actually got to the finals as myself and a character one year. So I was competing as this character, and
They allow that?
Yeah.
Does Acme allow that? Has it been tried? Okay. All right.
Well, they have like a amateur and a semi-pro, like a host and feature.
Oh, okay.
Categories, and so I was myself for the feature and the character for the host. And we got to the finals, and they did not like that I was doing 2 different things. The crowd, because I had to follow myself.
Did you try to like change your appearance or anything, or?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I wore this ridiculous hot pink sport coat that I found in my mom's closet, and American flag tie, and I would put my hair back, and I had really thick glasses on.
What was the character?
His name's Hank Cunderham. He's been doing stand-up for 38 years, and he's never been paid. So he's just an open micer who.
I've met him.
Yeah, yeah, I know. We have all met him.
That guy comes back every year for the contest.
Yeah,
that son of a gun. Oh,
it was just like
man.
Bad one-liners and a Boston accent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. So that actually ties in perfectly to something that I wanted to bring up in our time here together, and that is, I listened to you do a different interview locally here yesterday. You did a radio interview.
Yeah.
And I got so it starts off. I want to rehash just a bit of this. It was a radio show here, I heard, and at the beginning, I don't remember. I did. It doesn't. When I heard this replay, it doesn't say what they were talking about beforehand, but he brings you into the conversation. It didn't start smoothly.
No, he comes back from commercial and he goes, "Can your kids get COVID when they bring back school in the fall? Find out soon. Right now, we got Mike Cronin." And then he introduces me, and I'm like, "Wow, what an intro! Thank you. What a great lead-in."
So I have to tell you, like normally I wouldn't bring up something. Maybe bring it up to you privately or something, but I have to say it now because of what happened while I was listening to it. I'm listening to that. And I'm going, "Oh, okay." It's a little. I mean, it's not a big deal. But it's a little tiny bit awkward there. Not the best start. But I was listening on my phone, and the way that radio station posts stuff, you can listen through an app, and it'll like they timestamp exactly where it starts. Where I wasn't on the app, I was on the website. So on my phone, it would only stay playing for like 10 seconds at a time. So the first time, so once that starts, and you're like, "Oh, so this is an awkward thing to bring me into," or whatever you say.
Yeah.
Then it's silence for like 10 seconds until I realized, oh, my phone shut off. I was like, holy crap, this is the most awkward interview I've ever heard. But it was actually my user error. So
yeah, okay.
Obviously, it got better.
No, yeah.
It got a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was so great. But so then, so the other thing I want to tie into that is in that interview, I learned one of the things he asked you was about. I know it came to the point where you said how you were a big fan of Saturday Night Live growing up.
Yeah.
And what I want to ask you is, did you ever have an opportunity to?
No.
No. What do you have? Did you ever think about what you would have done if you have the chance at some point, or could have had the chance at some point? What would you do for an audition for SNL?
I've heard it's like 3. The typical thing is 3 impressions and 3 characters.
So you just said you had. I mean, would you bust out?
Yeah, I'd probably do Hank.
38. Yeah, Hank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou Holtz was the only other character or the impression that I have.
No kidding.
Yeah. I used to have an old joke where I would just do it, but there was this.
That's random.
Yeah, when he was the announcer for ESPN, there was this clip that we had saved on our DVR that I watched 1,000 times. But it was like he's talking about this Georgia quarterback and how hard it is to be a true freshman. So as soon as you start school, you're leading the football team. And what he says, he goes, "You have no idea how hard it is. It's like, where's this? Where's English class? Where's McGiffrey Hall? Where are you from? What's your name?" All of a sudden, Coach O'Leary's got that mouth traveling like a goat. It was the most insane 10 seconds. And I watched it over and over again because I'm like, I don't understand what he's saying. And I guess it ends with "got that mouth traveling like a goat." He's just an absurd man. He would make mother-in-law jokes all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, you're 70 years old, bro. I don't think you have a mother-in-law anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. Right? So I've heard. I've heard.
It's like, I'd rather see that D-line coming at me than my mother-in-law. He's like, okay, take it easy, Lou.
Oh my goodness. That's good.
Yeah.
Like the Lou Holtz. So I also know you do another character because I listened to 3 episodes of Mr. Cheeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Look at my face.
Yeah.
Not even sure what I listened to.
No, nobody is.
Wow. So you have a new podcast.
I do, yeah.
Mr. Cheeks, it's called.
Yep.
And whose idea? What? Start there. Whose idea was that? You're doing it with a friend of yours.
Yeah, me and my friend Rand Barnaclough. He's a very funny comic from Cincinnati. We were doing his podcast, and I came in as a character.
Okay.
And we never cut it. And then as soon as we finished that podcast, we're like, well, let's just do something with him. And then he did his character. And we just started this podcast about 2 former male strippers at the worst strip club in the country.
Named Mr. Cheeks.
Named
That's
Mr.
the name.
Cheeks, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have a background in improv? Like, did you ever?
Not improv necessarily. We did a sketch show in Cincinnati for 6 or 7 years, probably. Called Underbelly. Not me and Rand. Me and a bunch of the comics above me.
Above you?
Yeah, above me.
Okay.
Like bigger names who were further along in the scene and comedy than me.
Okay. What was the name of the sketch group?
It's called Underbelly.
Underbelly. Oh, you just said that.
Yeah.
That's not a. That's like a. I prefer more of a play on words.
Yeah.
On a sketch group.
Yeah.
Something I really make fun of.
Right.
That's kind of lame. It's like, oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, they had shows in New York and L.A. once my friends moved there. And I think the L.A. one was still running before COVID. I don't know if it is now.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah.
All right. So you, like I mentioned, and you said in this other interview, you had some aspirations of being on SNL, and then you say you were in a sketch group. Was that character that you're doing on this podcast? Is that somebody that you've done before recently? Is that somebody that you had when you were 25 or 20?
No, Rand and I would do that voice. We always thought the funniest thing was a guy who starts every conversation openly sobbing, and then denies that he's crying at all. Just like, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine. I'm not crying. You're crying." Like you're openly weeping.
That's the voice. Yeah. There it is. That's
just the worst person in the world to hang out with. It's just, my feet hurt.
So, I mean, I legitimately listened to 3 of them. Is there? You're leaving it's just, are you guys just going an hour and just rattling it off and posting that? I mean,
It's a half hour,
or
yeah.
half hour. Sorry, pardon me. And what? You're not going to get canceled because of this.
I hope not. No, we just we did 2 more episodes the other day, so we have 9 in the bank, I think, or 8 recorded.
Jeez.
And we just cut the first thing out of one of them.
Okay.
So we
You're
found the
answering my
line.
question perfectly.
We
You did. You found the line.
We found the line.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, when you'll have to tell me what that was. What didn't make the cut?
Yeah.
When we're done here, I'm curious about that. Do you have a? I guess I have a couple more questions about there. Is there? I mean, is there an end game? You could just go on and make up stories on that forever, right?
Yeah. Eventually, I think people are going to get sick of it. So we're going to do seasons where the 2 guys are in witness protection, and eventually they're going to get caught or fake their own death. And then there's going to be a season of the witness protection agents, and then we're going to go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wacky.
So you can, a couple tweaks, and it could go on forever.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any concern about how do you say it? Consistency, like and I don't mean by like releasing episodes. I'm saying like 1 week you're like, oh yeah, well that was because I used the name when I was a dancer, and then 2 weeks later you do an episode and he brings it up. You're like, well, that never happened.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I started. Like we started a Google Doc.
You
of
did
everything we say. Yeah. So
are you? Is one of you in charge of that?
it's me. Yeah, right now.
That could be a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I bet. Yeah. Holy cow.
It's 5 pages in the first 2 episodes.
I was gonna say per episode. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
interesting. So you are taking that into consideration.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's wild. That is wild. Let's see, where are we at for time here? Yeah, we do a little bit more here. As I said before, your set last night was fantastic. I'm not setting you up to tell some of the jokes. I don't want you to do that. But let's see if we could do a way. There were, if you could see here, I took quite a bit of notes.
Oh, wow.
Of your jokes. Yeah, because I'm going to an open mic tonight. And
You're
I'm going to work
do them?
on these.
Yeah, thank you. That'd be great. We could do them separately and then bring them together and
exactly.
Yeah, find the best version.
I put stars next to the 2 things where I was like, these are so good. These are the ones people are going to repeat, and maybe there should be a T-shirt connected to them.
Yeah.
And then you freaking bust out a T-shirt based on one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sort of proud of both of us for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I don't even know I don't think we should give it away. If people want, it's we can say thick worm. We have a thick worm on a T-shirt.
That's
we don't
probably going to be my album title.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a good feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that is a great title.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a great title. The T-shirt's fantastic. So you show it on stage. As I was watching last night, you show it on stage. You're selling them after the show. So if people are coming to the shows, bring a few extra dollars.
Yeah.
And pick up one of those T-shirts. They are fantastic. The
Yeah.
joke, I'm telling you, the joke is really good. And then this is just like a little supplement to bring home.
Yeah,
a little souvenir to remember it.
Yeah, and they'd sell. I mean, I sold 100 of them in just barely over 2 months.
Wow.
Before COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got restocked.
Nice. Are you curious at all about? So anyway, pay attention. So if you come to the show or do the Zoom, pay attention to the keep an ear open for the thick worm joke. It's one of many highlights. And are you curious to which other one stands out for me?
Of course.
Yeah. Nair.
Nair
and removing hair from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's like a saying there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have to figure it out now, but there's something there.
There's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, great set. I encourage people to come out to the shows and see it here. It's like I said, it's the social distancing seating here. 75 people are fitting in. Here's capacity right now at Acme, and then the Zoom. Let's try to hit capacity on that. I don't even know what that is.
Do it.
Let's load a whole bunch of people up here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you a quick story of something that happened to me last night. And I'm curious if you've ever been in this situation. wife just got a brand new camera.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who needs a camera when we have our freaking iPhones? But
Right.
I tried to. Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. But she has a new camera now that I helped purchase. And we're going to save money. We're going to save money on family photos,
Yeah.
Mike. No, we are. We're going to save money on family photos. I have 3 daughters. We have family photos coming. We're going to save money on that. This camera takes, the old memory cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's, has the camera last night. And I was like, oh, if you need some memory cards, I've found a couple the last couple of years. They're down. I'm going to go grab them. And then as I'm handing them over, I'm like, oh, I have no idea where these actually came from. Like, I don't even know if they're mine. I don't know if they're hers. I don't know if they're somebody else's. I have no idea if they're blank. So I there was a few seconds last night where I was like, hey, maybe I should look at them. Maybe neither of us should look at these. I don't know what to do. I go, you know what? I'm going to stay downstairs here. You go up and look at them. And have you ever had a situation like that where you've handed something over before it was maybe like you missed the point of no return? Where you're like, oh, shit, I said too much, or I've revealed too much. Or
Slightly recently, I went to my girlfriend's parents' cabin up in northern Michigan, and I left my phone.
Oh, are you saying the UP?
No, not UP, just northern.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Regular.
I just like saying
real
UP.
Michigan.
I just like saying UP.
Yeah. And I left my phone in the middle of the table. I'm like, I got nothing to hide. And then not realizing that one of my friends. One of my friends' contact name is in my phone is Cincinnati's #1 fuckboy. Because that's a nickname I spread about him for years, and then he sent me like 5 messages that night. So I think her dad saw my phone and it said Cincinnati's #1 fuckboy. Sent you a couple of messages. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Did you say new phone? Who dis?
Yeah. Oh, then I had to connect because they don't have Wi-Fi up there, so I had to connect to a hotspot that her mom was like using on her phone, and I forgot that my phone. When it pops up, it's Mike Cronin's sex phone. Based on a bit Si and I used to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a strange weekend.
Mike Cronin's sex phone now connected.
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. Let me see your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, she did go upstairs, and
Did you find anything?
it was pictures from our wedding.
Oh.
So completely, like,
That's-
it was actually
that's
like
really sweet.
It
Yeah.
actually brought smiles to our faces. Yeah, it was actually owned by both of us. Who knew? That was one of them. The other one she put in, and it came up, and it said not readable or something like that, unable to read, however they say that. And I went, oh well, that's weird. I mean, I go, let me see that, and there was like a little notch. I go, turn this notch over, and then she put it back in, and then it worked, but it was blank.
Oh.
Because I did that. I'm like, did I just screw myself again? Like, what am I doing? Yeah. I might have just, I had an out.
Yeah.
I might have just fucked this up. I have a computer. I could have tested these on myself.
Yeah.
Anyways, it all worked out. Thankfully.
Good.
I have nothing to hide. That's the point.
That's great.
I have nothing to hide. Let's see here. Is there anything we have? Thickworm, T-shirts, Mr. Cheeks. You have a website, MikeCroninComedy.com.
Yep.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you have that album that is called Hot for Too Long that is out, that you recorded several years ago. People can go back and listen to that because you're not doing that material on stage here at Acme. And then when your album comes out, who knows? You're going to record eventually in September.
Yeah,
so
hopefully.
Keep an eye out for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one joke that I've heard you do before is last night is the one where the punchline is the Twitter account, and it is freaking fantastic.
Yeah, that's on my first album.
Yeah,
actually.
right.
Yeah.
That's the one repeat, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have to do that, don't you?
Yeah, at this point, I do.
Yeah.
I full on committed.
Uh-huh.
So that joke's staying for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that one. And then I wanted to do a thing in my next album where I do callbacks to the first album jokes. So I'm going to do, I think, 2 jokes from the last album and cut them out of the recording so that when you listen to it, if you listen to the first one, you get those
Oh,
tags. Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I mean, you got to be creative to get people.
Yeah.
That one, is your first one playing on like a satellite radio and all that?
A little bit, barely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully the next one will.
Yeah, that's got to be.
I'm going to do a cleaner cut of it.
There you go.
for
I
them to
just,
use.
real quick, I listened to Jackie Cation and Lori Kilmartin's podcast, and Jackie was just telling a thing about she went and did sets and recorded them and was trying so hard to do a clean one for the Laugh station on XM. And she said, I'm trying to find the like their guidelines and stuff of what clean is. She said it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So if anybody has that and can send it to me, I really want to see like what their guidelines are. Like, people do those dry bar. Apparently these like dry bar is X-rated compared to what that Laugh.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I might be wrong. But in any case, all right, let's wrap this up and people can come see the shows here at Acme and support Mike Cronin comedy.
Yep.
Yep. Anything else?
Listen to Mr. Cheeks.
Listen to Mr. Cheeks? With your whole family.
Yeah, with your entire family. You're going to want to teach your kids a lot of the stuff that we talk about.
Perfect.
Yeah.